Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 154. Tonight, the Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch has dropped, as well as Tears of the Kingdom previews up on various sites. LEGO teasing new sets, Xenoblade Chronicles Future redeemed, and a whole bunch more stuff. We're talking all of that and more. Well, greetings, fellow Nintendo Pals. My name is Andross, and I am one of the hosts of the Nintendo Pals Podcast, the show all about Nintendo and friendship. And I am joined by my fellow host, Micah.
Yep.
And Micah, I gotta ask, how the heck are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, that's awesome. I got a random question for you. What old school skill set do you have?
I don't know if I have any old school skill sets.
I think that many people would widely consider the ability to start a fire and like actually build a fire would be kind of an old school skill set.
I mean, I guess I could do that if I have matches.
Yeah, I'm talking like with some sort of starter even.
Actually, from the very limited experience I have, I've learned I'm pretty good at throwing tomahawks.
Wow.
For someone that has thrown tomahawks approximately 2 times in my life. Compared to all the other people that had never thrown tomahawks.
It's been a long time, but I can ride a horse. It's been a very long time since I've done that like consistently, but I have done it a lot in my younger days. Not everybody can do that.
I've ridden a horse like once.
Really?
And a donkey or a mule.
I rode a camel once. There was like an exhibit at some zoo type thing. It was like, you can ride a camel if you pay this much. I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna ever get to do that again, so might as well try it. It's pretty cool.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Better than riding a horse?
No, I think a horse is more comfortable and a little like they were leading with the camel, right? I wasn't trained to like, so maybe it's easier, but I just feel like a horse is smaller, it's more comfortable, and yeah. Well, speaking of better than riding a horse, you, listener out there, can leave us a 5-star review. You can help the Nintendo Pals take over the world of podcasts. You can leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, and Audible. Those are four places that you can leave 5-star reviews. 4 places, 5 stars. That's the tagline I'm using today. Like the 2 new anonymous reviews that we got on Spotify. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are now at 64 5-star reviews on Spotify. 64! Which is a great number. Nintendo loves it. Nintendo 64, it's pretty great number. And let's keep going. Let's get to 100. That puts Spotify just 2 behind Apple. Apple gained a little bit of a lead, but Spotify just keeps growing. And we want to thank everybody who's listening to us out on all these platforms, but I gotta say, Spotify accounts for 20% of our traffic, right? Apple accounts for 40% of our podcast traffic. Listen, Apple users, Spotify's making y'all look bad. they have almost as many 5-star reviews as you. Like, are you going to take that? You guys got to go leave 5-star reviews. And Spotify, I'm rallying up your side as well. You guys could pass Apple and truly show Apple Music and Apple Podcast listeners that Spotify is the place to be. Let's do it. Let's work together to bring both of these up to 100 5-star reviews, because it's a win-win for us and makes us feel good about ourselves. That's what it's all about. And it helps people find the show and helps boost us in the search algorithms. So there you go. Micah, with that, let's jump into the first segment of our show. Let's talk what you playing. Micah, what have you been playing lately?
Not too much. I was away from my Switch for most of this last week. So I only played a little bit of Metroid Dread yesterday. 2 days ago? No, yesterday. And then a little bit of Rocket League yesterday as well.
The classic too.
Yep.
This week I played a lot of games, actually. I did Breath of the Wild while running on a treadmill. Look forward to an upcoming video of that. And Spelunky 2. I am very close, Micah. I have 4 things left to locate and unlock.
Nice. Do you know what they are?
Yeah,
Look them up.
It's an enemy inside the death world in the pyramid. You know what I'm talking about? Where you have to sacrifice yourself.
Yeah. I've only been there like twice.
Yeah, I have to defeat a really difficult enemy in there to count. It's like super annoying. And then I need to unlock 3 characters, which
all things are possible if you have sticky bombs.
Yeah. I'm kind of baffled that I don't have these characters unlocked. So yeah, I don't know how I did.
Yeah, it seems like you've pretty much done everything.
Yeah, no, I haven't gone to the alien hive, which has an unlockable character in it, and
don't you get the? Oh no, you get the alien compass to.
And then there's
make it easy to go there.
The ninja, which I didn't know about this. I just didn't know about this one. I had to look it up. There's like a frog you have to defeat, and it opens up a secret door that he is in.
In the sunken city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big frog head.
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't realize.
I didn't remember there's a ninja. Get out of there.
And then I also haven't unlocked the Pixel Spelunker, which means I haven't, because I've made it to the Cosmic Ocean, but I haven't beat the game regularly against Undoon before. Is that wild? How have I not done that? With how many times I've played. So I was like, but that's like really hard to do. That's not like an easy feat, even for someone who's played as much as I have. So yeah, those are the last 4 things I got to do. So I'm betting next week when I come back reporting, I'll have finished it, hopefully. That's it for me. I ran a freaking 5K while playing Breath of the Wild. That was brutal. That was crazy.
I mean, maybe you'll have to take your Switch with you on your actual 5K you plan on earning.
Be a good
to help you push through.
Yeah. There you go.
Distract yourself with video games.
Well, speaking of distracting myself with video games, why don't we get into the next segment of the show? Let's talk some Nintendo news. We got a lot to talk about here. First off, I want to show off this beautiful Switch. For those listening on audio, I'll try and describe for you what this looks like. I have the brand new Zelda-themed OLED. And it comes with gold Joy-Cons, a nice, what would you call this? Emblem?
Art.
There's a word for what? A decal? Not decal, but like
I feel
the
like there's
thing.
a better word for decal.
Yeah,
but that was what popped into my mind first.
A thing that goes on the front, but it's not like a sticker. It's like actually part of the plastic. The Joy-Cons have little symbol things on the back as well. There's like the pattern on the back of the Switch. It's this like crop circles.
I like those.
And yeah, this thing looks amazing. It's beautiful. It's a good looking Switch. My wife was like not crazy about the Joy Cons, but yeah, I like them. I think they look really nice. I don't like that they have a white back. I don't quite understand why they didn't just make the whole thing gold. But it doesn't
Maybe
look
they ran out
bad.
of gold coloring,
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
just like the Pro controller. They ran out, so they had to leave that one handle white.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's also a weird design choice. I think it's just to kind of keep with the OLED black and white look, but like, man, just go all in on the color. So yeah, that's out now, and in addition, we've got Tears of the Kingdom previews are up on various websites like IGN and GameSpot. All these news outlets have gotten their access to it. Full disclosure, I haven't looked at any of them. I'm not going to look at any of them. I don't want to see anything else about the game until I have the game myself. That's where
Yeah,
I'm at with it.
I looked at two random ones, but they were so long and like started describing lots of things, so I just skipped to the end paragraph to just summed up what they thought about it.
All right, what'd you find
Most
out?
part, they're like, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, I think it's IGN actually was like, they reuse a lot of animations, which is kind of disappointing. Well, what did you expect?
Well, oh no! Did they give scores? These are just early
No.
previews. These aren't
Yeah,
full
I was
reviews.
mostly hoping to just see what kind of scores they would give it, but they
No
just
scores yet.
they
No, they're
mostly
gonna
seem
wait
pretty
until.
excited, and they sound like there's lots of things you can do. Your imagination is all that limits you, essentially.
Ooh, ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I'm pumped. We're like less than 2 weeks away.
And we're like exactly 2 weeks away. I guess by if you're not listening to this
If you're
live,
listening to this in the future, because we record this in the past, yes, it is
it
less
might
than two
already be
weeks.
out.
True. You
Depending on
might
when
you
you listen.
might be listening to this way late.
I mean, I feel like almost odds are, if someone's listening to this in the future, it's probably after Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Yes.
It's
Well,
it's only 2
we
weeks, and
can't
then there's like
we can't give
infinity
this
afterwards.
podcast from the perspective of all time. Although so I don't know if people out there listening know this, but the first episode that comes out per week is a news roundup. Essentially, we talk about news, we talk about rumors, and games we're playing. And then the second is a topical based episode, and those are pretty timeless. I'd say they just cover topics and questions, so they're not really like tied to that week's news. So if you are looking for those, just every other episode, all the what is this even number? All the
All the
odd number
oh no, we are even
episodes.
now.
Yeah, yeah. All the odd number episodes are timeless. Cool. You want to take this next news item, Micah?
Yep.
As
Lego.
you die over there.
Lego teases the whole Kong family coming in future sets. Like DK, Diddy Kong, Cranky, Dixie, and even Funky are getting
Oh
Lego
yeah,
characters.
even Funky's gonna be there. That's pretty cool. I don't have anything really to say about it other than hey, they're coming. Be on the lookout, y'all. Uh, Speaking of they're coming, Nintendo will have an exhibit at Gamescom 2023. They are officially going to have a presence there. I don't know what this means. I think this is just kind of a booth where
Prime
they're going to show off
4,
games.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it means a direct, but just more that they're going to
Oh, you
have
never
stuff
know.
there.
Well, I mean, they don't need a whole direct if they're just going to talk about Prime 4.
True.
That's all they're doing here is my prediction.
I think maybe we'll see. This is sort of like a preview for Nintendo Live, maybe like a pre-run. They're like, all right, let's get our feet wet here, and then Nintendo Live at the end of the year. Should be pretty exciting. It's really a bummer that we both moved away. They were just waiting for us to move away before they held a live event in Seattle.
Yeah.
Because we both originally grew up in the Seattle area, but now live very far away from Seattle. So it's just a bummer. Ah.
Speaking of a bummer, but the opposite, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed is the DLC is reported to be at least 40 hours long.
40 hours long?
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a whole nother game, man. This is like Torna Golden Country, which is just like a prequel game, but they're like, hey, it's DLC to the second game. Like, what do you mean? Why not just make it its own standalone thing? I guess it is cheaper. Like you don't have to pay a full price game for it,
Which is nice.
but you get a full price game's worth of content.
Yep. It's a win-win.
I am excited to see what this DLC entails for the story, because it does bring back the protagonist from Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 1, aka Shulk and Rex. I said those in the wrong order the first time.
Yeah.
Shulk's from 1.
Well, I was interested
Rex
you
is from
said
2.
Xenoblade 2 and then original Xenoblade. I feel like you should have started with a 1.
I'm working backwards because we're talking about 3 in my brain, and then I was like just all over jumbled. Anyways, Shulk has long hair now, and Rex has a deep voice, and he says,
now, isn't he?
He's like, I like your attitude. Which was one of his, things he says a lot. One of his RPG isms.
I definitely knew that from all those Xenoblade games I've played.
I like your attitude. I like your attitude. Xenoblade is definitely one of those RPG games where they go a little heavy on the voice lines in battle. They're just saying the same things over and over, but it's fun. Speaking of it's fun, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I put this. Okay. Full disclosure here. I'm trying to do this whole time Lord, like seeing this reporting on this podcast in the future. I said it passes the 1 billion mark because for sure this weekend it's going to pass the 1 billion mark, but it hasn't actually done
Unless Nintendo removes the movie from theaters.
Yeah, true.
Just
at the
like
time,
Super Mario 35.
At the time of recording, which is April 28th, this movie is at like 870 million in sales. This is the last report I saw.
I mean, that's still a pretty good amount away from 1 billion.
Yeah, well, it launches in Japan for the first time this weekend.
True, I forgot about that.
How many people are there in Japan?
About how many people there are in Texas. Don't quote me on that because I actually have no idea.
Well, now I've got to look both of these up. How many people are there? 125 million. So we can expect 126 million at least. Because if you're from Japan, I think it's like a part of your citizenship that you have to go watch this movie. Like, if you don't, they send you out. They're like, you can't be a part of the country anymore. Right? Like,
I don't know.
So 125 million there. How many people are in Texas?
About almost 30 million. So Japan is about 4 times bigger than Texas.
Definitely not as many as Texas. But that's gonna be it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. It's passing 1 billion. And it's happening this weekend.
I hope it gets to 999 million.
Just to prove me wrong.
Because you said that, yeah.
But yeah, and this is crazy. This puts it's just crushing box office sales records, making critics cry at the death of cinema, and making fans just happy because it's a good movie. And you know what really needs to happen here is it just needs to become the #1 animated movie of all time, dethroning the Lion King remake, which shouldn't count, as we both agree.
I don't know if I've actually said that.
Well,
I feel like the more you think it shouldn't count,
you're just
the
contrarian.
less I think it shouldn't count.
Well, I just want it to be dethroned because it's not even an awesome remake.
at the end of the movie. I assume, unless they really changed it up in the remake.
Yeah, I'll make
And
I'll
spoilers, we haven't
Photoshop
seen The
an
Lion King.
image of Mario throwing Simba off a cliff that says "Long live the king."
Wait, wait. Mario throwing Simba off the cliff?
Yeah, because it's Mario movie taking Lion King out.
Yes. It's a little harsh, though.
Yeah, well, I want this movie to do well, and I want that movie to not have the record because it's sad. Makes me sad for the state of the world. Anywho, that's the Mario Bros. Movie. It's gonna pass $1 billion. It's at 870 million. Micah,
Andross.
take this next news item. Passing it to you.
Oh, wow. Oh. For the Nintendo Switch Online members, it is now your second chance to redeem the My Nintendo Platinum Point things for the custom icons from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that will be, I guess, Wave 1 is available until May 3rd, and then Wave 2 will go from May 3rd to May 10th.
Gearing up for Tears of the Kingdom. Get your icons, man. You just did this, right? Didn't you just get these?
Heck yeah, like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I need to go on and do that as well. But in the same vein, Nintendo Switch Online members from May 1st, from 10 a.m. Pacific time to May 7th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, you can download and try the full Cadence of Hyrule: Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring the Legend of Zelda game. That's like the weirdest time. Cadence of Hyrule.
I feel like a weird way to.
Yeah,
The last little bit, I feel
this
like, isn't
title.
100% necessary.
I don't think that subtitle's actually the subtitle. It's just explaining what it is. So, Cadence of Hyrule, which is Crypt of the Necrodancer, but with Legend of Zelda characters. And you can play that game for free. And this time period of 1 week, I think is reasonable to beat the main game in that time period. So, I assume you're going to give this one a shot,
Yeah,
right?
I'm definitely pretty pumped. I went in pretty hard on original Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I think that Cadence of Hyrule is significantly easier than Crypt of the Necrodancer. But Crypt of the Necrodancer is more roguelike, and this game is more Zelda-like. It's like a world, an overworld, and different dungeons and things.
I think Crypt of the Necrodancer might actually be the hardest game in existence, at least on the hardest characters.
Yeah,
because they just get absurd, and you have to be absolutely perfect. Like if you miss a beat, you just die. You have to like beat the whole level.
yeah.
It's terrible, but also really good if you like a challenge.
Which you and I are known to like to play. We like to play punishing games for some reason. Games that are very frustratingly hard.
Yep. I barely managed to beat with that character, and then they're like, for this next character, we're adding all these other things, and I didn't even try. It was absurd.
Nice.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay. Let me see here. I want to make sure I didn't miss any news items. Monkey Thunder posts that August 1st is supposedly when we're going to see the Donkey Kong Adventure playsets for Lego. And then also, brand new today, in-game voting for the Splatoon Legend of Zelda Splatfest starts today. And
You got to get all those conch
matches.
shells.
Yeah, playing matches till the 5th.
Yeah, I think it starts on the 5th.
Yeah. Okay.
The actual Splatfest.
So you get the conch shells up till the 5th, and then you can. The Splatfest starts the 5th. What are you going with? Are you going with Wisdom?
Oops. Yes, I'm going with Wisdom. I had a slight intrusion, so I turned my mic off for a second, then forgot to turn it back on.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Courage.
Weak. The most boring.
Well, it's green. I love green. Favorite color is green. and Link's just cool. I like Link.
Boring choice.
It's going to be interesting to see where this one falls. I do wonder.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested. But,
Also,
I mean, it seems I feel like Courage will probably get the popular vote. So who knows?
who's supporting who here? Which pop singer is taking which?
I want to say Big Man's Power, but I don't know if I'm just making that up or if I
Yeah,
actually heard
because that
that.
seems right? Wouldn't it be like, oh yeah, Big Man's like, oh yeah, it's all about the power, but it's also usually in order, right? Isn't it like, um, gosh, I can't even remember the characters' names.
Callie and Marie are from the first game, if that helps.
Shiver and
Fry.
Fry. I wanted to say Fire, so I think Fry might have Ganon, might have power. Shiver, wisdom, and Big Man has courage. In which case, I'm doubly excited for voting for courage because Big Man is the best of the three. Sorry to all the the Big Man haters, but you people are wrong. All right, people are monsters. Yeah. Yep. So I think that is all we have got for news this week. So why don't we jump into the rumor mill?
Like a whole swarm flew into it,
Yeah.
sounds like.
My bug zapper going crazy back there. It was one of those like geese swarms that you see in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like, they just all hit the zapper at
Is
the same time.
that sound they make?
Yeah. I don't know. They just kind of make squeaking noises. But anyway, those geese are going to be real. They're going to be coming in real clutch in Tears of the Kingdom because you're going to want to kill all of them, get all those eyeballs for the homing arrows.
You can actually have a reason for gathering them all instead of just putting them into a giant pile and then jumping into them. You can actually use them.
Have you done that?
Of course not. Way too much effort.
All right. Well, I don't really have anything in the rumor mill to talk about. Monkey Thunder, good old Monkey Thunder, posted a video in the rumor mill talking about how the next Fire Emblem was being developed on Unreal Engine 5. And I don't know what that entails. I didn't get a chance to look at the video. So maybe I can look this up real quick. But have you seen much on Unreal Engine 5?
Nope. I've heard a little bit about it. I hear it's like Unreal Engine 4, but now it's 5 after.
But it's better.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard actually quite a few things about how Unreal Engine 5 is going to be pretty awesome, but I don't know any specifics.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything talking about it specifically besides that video. So, Nintendo Switch 2 next gen Unreal Engine 5 Fire Emblem incoming. So this is pretty. It's pretty fresh rumor. So we'll follow this more as it goes along. Besides that, as always, keep an eye and ear out for Tears of the Kingdom rumors. If you're looking to avoid spoilers, be warned that the internet will not be a safe place for the next 2 weeks. And try to avoid touch points that you could see those spoilers. Some great places where if you still want to see the news or follow the news would be the Nintendo Pals Discord, which you can join up. There's links to that in the description of every episode, as well as our podcast. We try and keep things spoiler free and then if we are going to talk spoilers, we tag it as such and make it abundantly clear that is what we're doing. So and
then we give you more than 1 second to stop listening.
True. Some of these,
I've
yeah,
had
you're
that
right.
happen to me from personal experience.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these, like, oh, spoiler warning, and then they just drop the they're like, spoiler warning. Hey, Han Solo's dead. It's like, whoa, what do you
Yeah,
stop?
give me a second.
I didn't have time to click off. But yeah, that's LPD in the chat. What? Spoilers
Yeah,
for
spoiler alert. Bruce Willis is dead. Not in real life.
Yeah, sort of horrifying, actually, for you to say that, because isn't he like not well? I'm pretty sure.
Not as far as I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not well. I think he's suffering
In a
from-
very well-known movie. I don't want to spoil it just in case someone somehow hasn't seen, but I think everyone knows at this point what movie I'm talking about. Unless you don't know.
Oh, I do
And
know.
You've never seen it.
Yeah, I do know. But I thought you were talking real life, and I was like, that's a horrible thing to say. Absolutely horrible. Spoiler alert, this episode's over. That's the end of Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 154. Micah, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Micah Prime.
Yes, and you can find myself at Andross1 on Twitch and YouTube and other places. TikTok and that other one, Twitter. You can also follow the show. We are Nintendo Pals. Yeah, we're at Nintendo Pals at all of the locations, all of the places. Please drop a 5-star review. Again, thanks to everybody who leaves us 5-star reviews. It really does help us out. Helps the show get seen by more people. And with that, we're going to close out here with our Patreon shout out. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter and be a part of the Patreon Poke Rap that we end every single episode with, head on over to patreon.com/NintendoPals, where for as little as $3 a month, you can support the show. And with that, we'll close with the Patreon Poke Rap shout out.
We gotta rap some Patreon.
You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on.
We want to be the best that ever was. And shout out our pals over on Patreon.
LPD, Rizzle, Retro Logic Day, You Dog Gamer, Schlim, Tor, Spanish, and Solo Something, Brian, Little Miss 7, and Cosmic.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon.
K-Man Katina, Third Strongest One, Tim the Nintendo Daddle, and Seth Sturgis, Monkey Thunder, Purple Leotis, Dat Fast John, and Lava Plays 2.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah,
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon. Let's get 150 or more, yeah, please. To be a Patreon donor is your destiny.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we will talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye.